over this guy. I'm gonna have a
Sanity,
conversation
I
with this
choose to
guy.
believe the world around the corner exists.
I would agree, sir. For who is to know if the world beyond this door exists beyond us looking into it? We want to talk about quantum mechanics, like Schrodinger's cat. Is there a room beyond there, or is a room simply birthed into existence because we are keen to observe it? That's the solution.
Aha! There it is! Hiding.
I failed. Hello, everybody. My name is JD the Battleman, and welcome to a game called Pneuma, Breath of Life. See here, it's by these two studios, Deco Digital and Bevel Studios. Now, this is a puzzle game, first-person puzzle game, and I've played this before. It's been a little bit of a while, but I absolutely adore this game. This is such a cool and fantastic game. So, Pneuma, noun, philosophy of ancient Greek, breath of life, spirit, and soul. That's why it's called Pneuma, Breath of Life. Now, I've said it before for most of the PC games that I've done up to this point that I would absolutely recommend people to go and look at them or buy them for themselves. But this game, more than any other, I will emphasize, please, if you're interested in games or you have an Xbox One or anything, I don't even know what platforms this game is on, but I'm doing it on Xbox One now. Please take a look at this one, because this game and this puzzle game, you can't experience it by watching it the same way you can by feeling it. This game makes your brain work in ways that no other game I've ever played has made me do, and I absolutely adore it for that. And so, I'm glad to be able to share this with you now and encourage anyone who's watching to try and figure out the puzzles or the way that I'm solving the puzzles before or as I'm doing them. So you're going to see me complete the puzzles in this game, but I want you to understand how and why, not just because I know how. Now, some of these I'm going to get stumped on, but if you are interested at all, maybe after the first couple minutes of this video, go and look up the game, maybe buy it for yourself, and go back and watch this after you've played it, because this game is so cool. I love it. So we're going to get right into it. This is made on the Unreal Engine, I believe. Let's see how many chapters there are. Alright, we'll see. We'll probably do the prologue and chapter 1 in this video. I have no idea how long it's going to be, but I'll get through it quickly because I know the puzzles, at least for the first bit of the game. But, and it's so soothing too. This game is beautiful, but the thing about this game is it's, while you're going through and solving these puzzles in this beautiful environment, it's narrated. The whole thing is narrated by this one guy. He's got kind of a funny sounding voice, but he really makes the game what it is with his voice. And he is narrating from your perspective, so he is the voice of the character that you're playing as. I think. We'll get into that in just a minute. So here we go.
In the beginning, me. I'm awake. I'm alive. I can feel it. Life flowing through me. Breath, thought. A few seconds ago there was nothing, but now here I am. Well, there's only one logical conclusion. I am God, and this is my universe. It's pretty cool. But it's too dark and silent, formless and void, not fitting for a god of my stature. Let there be light. Oh, and there was! Oh! Wow! Oh, I must be God! I can move, I can talk, I can walk. I hover to and fro above the infinite surface, not plain as it is.
Oh, my sensitivity's high on that. Not expect that.
This is amazing! My universe! A bit bland, but a bland universe is better than no universe. Still, I feel the need for progress. I need a direction. I need a destination. An end to my beginning. An omega to my alpha. But how can there be progress without a destination?
Alright, so there's a lot of talking in this game.
Aha! A
And
path!
it's going to be hard to talk
A
over
narrow
it.
path that leads to a destination. Progress.
Progress indeed. Now, and you can see the wonderful art
Before me, I
style.
see a
It's
large
so...
wall. I press on
It's so
and
pretty.
walk through the wall like a ghost.
This isn't going to work, boy.
Nope, walls are solid. Can't do that. Note to self, cannot walk through walls.
Here, I'm going to pause it real quick and change my sensitivity. Holy moly.
A button! Push
Much
the
better.
button. Escape the box. I control the world with a wave of my figurative hand.
He doesn't have
Be a god. I
exactly
need hands,
physical
apparently.
hand.
I think I need some trimmings.
Oh,
Something
and
to
it's so
spruce the place
pretty.
up a bit. Make my universe
It's all slightly,
something to reflect my wealth.
What am I supposed to do? It's the reflective surfaces.
Color. Gold. Lots of gold. To reflect my immense wealth and abundance of goldness. Also to reflect my love of reflective metals.
Oh, it's...
Whoa. Okay, that's it.
Oh,
a temple. That's
gosh.
the right kind of place for a god to live.
Indeed it is. Oh, and the color moves and recedes with me. Oh, that's so cool. I think this is made on Unreal Engine. I'm not sure. I have that engine on my computer, and it's so cool. It is one of my favorite engines to see games made in. It's absolutely gorgeous.
If I bend my figurative knees and jump, the world moves downwards, away from me, the center of my own little universe. I translate the world as if it were mine. Well, yeah, which it is.
I almost couldn't get over that. Alright. There's our staircase here. Oh, that's so gorgeous.
The world approaches me. I am literally the center of the universe. As I turn, the world rotates around me. I am pivotal. I bring a new meaning to self-centered. You know, what with being the center of all things.
Oh yeah, I think there were buttons up there, so we'll see what we're going to do. I don't know where the passageway that leads to that is, but... Oh, it's so pretty. So, we've fallen down here, which is obviously what they expected us to do. So we're going to come back around. I believe, yeah, we got buttons over there. I believe we just came from that way. So we're going to go through here. I believe these are all real pieces of artwork, although I have noticed before that all of the faces are blurred. All the mirrors, all the lighting effects. I think that's Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is so cool. So here we go. The beginning.
As an artist, I need to define my influences. Who are my influences? Well, myself. I inspire myself. I am inspirational. I aspire to be myself.
The whole concept of the school of philosophy that's in this game is extremely interesting. It's one of the most unique things I've ever seen.
Perfectly. Now I can relax. Thinking time is over.
In that the concept of being God in his own reality, even though he didn't create it, kind of exists around him. Alright, loading screen. This game is so fantastic. Its puzzles are really, really boggling as well. Like they are obscenely difficult in a couple of instances that I remember, two in particular. And I'll call them out when we get there. But oh, it's so pretty. The aesthetics of it is incredible. The game looks just gorgeous for as simple of a game as it is, especially having no or minimal interactability. I don't think that's a word. I just made it.
Lead me, path. Lead me to my destination.
Oh, it's so pretty, the lighting.
Onwards. A passing gate is a sign of progress along my path.
Yes, indeed it is, sir.
And I rather enjoy the progress.
Well, I
However,
would
it
say
seems
that
I am met with a new challenge at every turn. These challenges require knowledge. Slightly worrying. As a god, I consider myself all-knowing. Why is it I must stop and think? Knowledge is obscured from me.
Oh, so would that make you God, sir?
Watching makes me a bit uneasy.
That's
Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists. Ah, a bench. Brilliant. Something to rest my figurative head upon from all that adventurous walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god, I feel no real need to rest. Don't know why I made a bench. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe I should rest as an example to others. No, there are no others. I don't understand why I fill the place with pots, either. I don't have anything to store. Maybe I should make lemonade. I'd need to invent lemons first, a few other things too. Time to start a list of inventions. Lemons, a lemon press, sugar, the abstract concept of sweetness. A tongue. I definitely need a tongue, but I need a body first. Legs. I want legs. Then I can have footsteps to accompany my walking. I find myself awfully ethereal currently, even for a god. A door that opens only when watched. Yet more evidence of my centrality to this narrative. It makes me wonder what is in the next room before I enter.
I remember this puzzle.
Is there
this
anything?
Stuff
Is it simulated? Is it cold because my
way
mind
longer
does
than
not have the power to imagine the whole world at one instant?
I'm gonna have to talk over this guy. I'm gonna have a conversation.
I
with
choose
this guy.
to believe the world around the corner exists.
I would agree, sir. For who is to know if the world beyond this door exists beyond us looking into it? We want to talk about quantum mechanics, like Schrodinger's cat. Is there a room beyond there, or is a room simply birthed into existence because we are keen to observe it? That's the solution.
Ah, there it is! Hiding.
I failed.
But I'm afraid not even you could escape my powers of observation.
There we go. That took me so long to find the first time. Really.
Wow! So many books, years of reading. But why would God read books that he's written? Then again, books written by God would be the best books. Why would I read books that I haven't written? I should write my own book. A book set apart from the rest. I wouldn't know what to call it. Autobiography, maybe. A brief history of life. Pneuma presents himself in Pneuma. Critics have called it the best book ever written. Winner of every writing prize for writing. The Hallway called it the best book since records began. A small bench said it was a record-breaking record of historical records. Oh, I don't know what kind of book I would write if I didn't write an autobiography, though. Maybe a piece of fiction. I could tell stories of magical doors that only open when watched. Maybe stories about a little wooden boy come to life. Maybe I'd write science books. As the creator of the universe, I could easily write an exhaustive science textbook. I mean, if I got something wrong, I could just change the rules of the universe to match the book. I could keep changing the laws of the universe and write new revisions. I could write every book on the face of the universe. There's still every book to write, and forever to write it in. I notice how things further away seem smaller. An increase in distance causes a decrease in size. This is called perspective. The irony is the implication. I must be the biggest thing in the world.
Of course, if you beat it by one. It is. Alright, there we go. We got the eyes. Okay, we'll wait. So if you haven't figured it out already, by staring at the eyes, we cause things to happen in our environment around us. There we go. Ooh, a little circle of light surround. Wow, and the way that it reflects off the wall, that is so cool. I love it. I love the reflective surfaces, the shiny metallic gold that we see, and then the I don't know what material it is, almost in marble area. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to talk over this guy because his dialogue is so funny and it's so interesting. But this game talks about the different philosophies of thought, and I don't know. I haven't done any research on the different schools of philosophy, but I know that well-written games, and I'll identify them as well-written, try to follow a certain specific school of thought that defines its characteristics and the way that it navigates through its own story.
Where did all this marble
come from? Marble, I knew it.
Because it's just here. I guess as God, I made it. I can't remember ever making any of this, though. Marble requires great heat, pressure, and time to form. So how did I make it? Did I just pop it into existence? I guess I could do that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years? Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my memory. Look at this! The world bends to my will. More evidence of my deity. The immense power of my mind. Bow before my ample brow, for I can move things with just a glance. Fear my gaze, lest I move you around.
That's so interesting. It's so fascinating. I love this game so much. It's so... It is both the most peaceful of things and the most infuriating of things at the same time, which is rather an achievement to be witnessed.
What a polite door! Opening itself upon my approach. The right way to treat your god door. I shall give you great treasures for your compliance. This door? What a conniving door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me. Why can't you be more like that other door? That other door had respect.
So I have to look away from the eyes.
I have bested you, door.
Remember, he talks about perspective near the beginning. So what ends up happening is the puzzles in this game have a lot to do with the camera. See the game. That's how it works. When that eye is on screen, it is affected by my movement. But when it's off screen, it changes. See? I look at it, opens, away, closes. So stare at it long enough to get through.
Are you not moved? Rotate about me, bridge. Bow to my rotational power. I wonder if this is normal. Moving things with your mind. It must be.
What?
I am normal. That cannot be contested. Normal is the norm, and as the only thing, I must be normal.
And as the only thing, I must be normal. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Really listen to what he's saying and try and understand the points that he's trying to grasp, because he's got some very interesting
I am mighty.
topics
I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind.
to discuss.
It would be a tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest. What are hands?
Getting ahead
I
of
can
yourself,
move
though.
bridges with my mind.
What
I
is
wonder
mine?
if I could move them to laughter or tears.
Oh, that's
They
funny.
seem to be quite emotionally dead. But with enough anthropomorphism, I'm sure they would lighten up. Thank you, bridges, for bringing things together. I wonder if these bridges deserve my thanks. If they're my creation, is to thank them to thank myself? Well, thank me for my excellence.
So this guy is self-identified as Pneuma, as his name. Oh, it's just so mysterious. That worked. Oh, there we go. If you're having a hard time grasping these puzzles, it's the same as like a portal. It has to do with being aware of the three-dimensional space around you, the way that it operates regarding your character, and the mechanics. Mechanics meaning, for people who aren't
This
familiar
world
with games,
seems
mechanics.
counterintuitive. Not entirely sure what's going on. I seem to be playing a series of practical jokes on myself. Who constructs a world like this? A world that attempts to confound me at every turn. Why did I make such a world? Makes me feel smart, I guess. How gratuitously self-indulgent.
Dude. Oh, as I go down, the bridge goes up. So. There we go. Stop it. Alright. Look at your feet. Bye. Jump across. Bye. Alright. So. Now I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. That's quite alright. This game is a rather simplistic one to play, just in terms of its controls. You look around, you walk around, and you jump and you press a button to pull levers and whatnot. That's about it. But when it comes to the puzzles that this game has to offer, I'm not going all the way down there. It's rather complex, rather complicated. Oh, this is going to be complicated.
The world turns about my pivot.
Oh,
Is
don't
it
get
that
sick.
the world turns around me, or that I turn
What?
around the world? If it's just matrix multiplication, then the question is redundant, I'm sure. Cos theta minus sine theta cos theta. My conscious perspective makes it an incontrovertible fact that I am the center of the universe.
If you say so, bring about every single kind of trigonometric, that's not a word, function that you want, and pretend like
As
you,
a god, I can turn any
looks like you're
situation to
saying
my advantage. The rules of the
can.
universe are mine to write. Though they are rather conventional at the moment.
Whoa. Oh, that's weird. Woo! Ah, I see it. Where's the door? Okay, I did it accidentally. Alright, moving on. If this whole thing is the prologue, then we'll just leave this episode at the prologue. It's already getting long enough as it is. Alright. It's so fast. I don't even have like much to say. I can't counter the arguments that he's making. I can't even talk about the arguments he's making, because before I can vocalize any coherent thoughts, he's already moved on to a new subject, and it's awesome. So just
Every
listen to
room of
him
this
talk.
world
and
seems to be
enjoy.
carefully crafted for me. A
Indeed
hidden
does.
hand woven through the fabric of the universe. A fingerprint everywhere. A different hidden hand guiding my footsteps. The laws unfold.
Keep listening to him.
Origins a mystery. But why a mystery? Gods should know all things.
God should know all things, so why are you so confused about the world about you? I wanted to look up what that is, because that struck me as odd. Sanctorum. the phrase sanctum sanctorum, a Latin phrase that literally means holy of holies. So what? Sanctorum, does that just mean... just... what? Huh? Alright. So once again, matters of perspective on these puzzles. Tell me if you can understand what's happening. Because this is awesome. Like a freaking boss.
Gods are creators.
That's awesome.
I must have created this world. If not, why would the world have the appearance of craft? Perhaps as I speak, a subconscious part of me is busy making the next room. It is my world, after all. I must be working hard right now to build the next room, or perhaps my mind creates this appearance of order out of the noise.
Maybe, sir. Alright, we need to stand somewhere to observe every single one. How can we do that? Maybe this guy simply does exist in the world of a video game and doesn't know. Maybe this is him interpreting his existence within the video game. Sanctorum, holy temple. Alright. Right here. Why does that one not trigger? Maybe I don't have enough of a view spot. I can't jump up on these little ledges. Alright, we'll see. Okay. I'm already quite confuddled as to what to do. This is awesome! Alright. I'm wondering if it has to do with the reflections of water. Now, I remember I got by a couple of these puzzles totally by accident. Wait. And I love the music. Oh, is it just another one of these perspective puzzles? No. That didn't work. There's a wall there, but the silly one down there. Alright. We're totally and completely confused by this. Laugh all you want if you've already figured out the solution. I wonder how many have. Statistically speaking, of the amount of people that probably watch this video, that might be one of you. Unless you're smarter than the rest of us. That must be one. Alright. What happened? Okay. I understand. That wasn't two, was it? Oh, that was. Okay, I've forgotten already. Alright, I got it. It's not that bad, you just have to be observant. Got it! No way any of you figured that out.
This world is clearly the product of a mind. It is full of inorganic patterns and purposeful architecture.
Indeed it
series
is.
Of complex interactions create an agent possible of making purposeful change in an environment. If that were the case, then it would make a compelling argument for a world without craft. Still, a world optimized for some function, mind you. If something was transient, if something abided in this universe for a moment, or if something was removed, where does it go? A thing that is removed from the universe does not exist. A thing that does not exist. How can I know of a thing that does not exist? A memory of a thing that once existed. I need a principle to avoid this contradiction. This cognitive dissonance in my mind. How can I know of a thing that does not exist? What is this pervasive delusion? Things must exist forever. How are these things created? Before creation, they did not exist. Tense.
Correct.
Time. Time! The world has time. The world is not always the same. Aha!
Oh gosh.
But I am constrained to this time. Why am I constrained to time? A god should not be
Absolutely. So,
constrained.
once again, is he a god?
Here's a question for me. If I was to study the corner of a board game, could I infer the rules of the game? Perhaps if I use my godlike powers of intuition. How can you understand a world from a vertical slice? Sometimes empirical knowledge is required, surely. Not everything can be inductive or deductive.
Sure about that? Wow, that's so trippy. Come on, go where I want you to. There you go. Does it only move when I'm looking at it? I don't know. Alright. So that's there, just like that. Just like that. Oh, that is so cool! Oh my gosh!
If the world is made
More
me,
buttons.
For what purpose?
For what purpose?
Is it a test? Is it to be enjoyed? Is it to bring acclaim to its creator?
Acclaim.
As a god, I feel like I should have a stronger grasp of this.
Quite so you should, sir. Whoa. Ah, it's another one of these. Okay. Okay. What? Crap. Crap! Sensitivity. Maybe all I have to do is... Hey, what are the buttons for then? Are some of them not changing? All the way to the edge. That's bizarre. Okay, so what's the point? They both change. Oh boy, my mind is... Oh, that's cool. I remember that. That's cool. I've got 4 of them that are white out of the 5. Oh, this video is going longer than I mean it to. Don't they always? Maybe they need to all be black. And see, that wouldn't change at the end. Huh. If you still haven't figured out what's actually happening right now. What indeed is even happening? Maybe... Wait. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see. Okay. How did I notice that before? Okay. I got it. Alright. I got it. Maybe. I probably don't got it, but I'm gonna try anyway. Alright. Okay. I'm figuring that the black squares indicate buttons that are not pressed, so you know what we're gonna do is just the one in the middle is pressed. And dip this one half. Come on, switch. Okay, you know what? That's not how you're supposed to do it. Alright, all of them except the second one. Okay. Do not look at that panel. Do not look at that panel to change it. Alright, so the one on the right and the second from the left. Alright, look straight down. Nothing. Maybe they're of each other, and I'm just doing this wrong. Oh, it's so fascinating. Okay, they're all unpushed. Okay. Alright, so keep an eye on that. Don't let that one change. Okay, now we turn around. And they're all... I want them all unpushed, even though I don't need to. Okay. Please? Oh! Holy moly, that's just to figure out the right mechanics of it. Alright. We're gonna go just... We'll do one more puzzle. One more puzzle, and then we'll end it for this one. I don't know if we've actually made it past the prologue or not. I haven't apparently been paying very good attention to that. Now, what on earth does that... Whoa. What? How am I doing this? I'll be perfectly honest and say I have no idea. I have zero idea how I'm doing this. There's just one left. How do I do it? No, no, no! Makes me think of one of those puzzles where every piece... Come on. Okay, 2 left. How on earth? I have no idea. My brain is just on fire. These appear when I move close and disappear when I move away. Kind of. Okay, if I look at it and then look away... Well, that one didn't stay, but... How on earth? Somebody can explain this puzzle out loud. I'd be rather impressed. Why? Okay, why is that one the only one that's causing me trouble? This doesn't have to do with looking. This has to do with actual... This has to do with actual... like, movement. I don't know what it has to do with. That turns. Oh, it's that stinking one on the top right. Near the top right. I have nothing I can even say about this. Right now. One left. Okay, this isn't a puzzle of looking. This is a puzzle of movement. So how on earth do I fill that? What? No, no. Where'd you go? Come back. How? If this is indeed a puzzle of movement, then why? I don't know how this works. I have no idea how to fill the ones at the top or the bottom. Alright, well, I'm giving up on that one, at least for the moment. Because I gotta end this up too.
What good is a challenge? Does the creator wish to teach, or perhaps just entertain? Some space to think, or maybe just to do something productive?
This puzzle is one of the puzzles that drove me nuts the first time I tried to do this game. We have... Okay, we have our blocks here of various colors, and we can rotate them by highlighting them and pressing our button. Oh, and then you can rotate the whole thing. Oh boy. I think originally when I first saw this, my dad and I sat there and looked at it for a half hour before we could finally figure it out. Food for thought. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, this episode has gone on way long enough. I'm going to cut a bunch of stuff out, hopefully shorten it a little bit. Me sitting there with a stupefied look on my face. But alright, that's it for now. Okay, so, for those of you interested, you've seen the kind of puzzles that there are in this game, and you see just what they are. This game works your mind, and I love it for it. That doesn't mean it's easy, and it doesn't mean that they're easy for me to solve. Because regardless of what you might deem your intelligence level, believe me, some will find this easy and it will click and connect in their head, and others will just have just the hardest time. Like, I am having the hardest time right now. So, of course, I didn't really try to solve this one that much, but that other one with the stone. So, for anybody who has solutions to the problems regarding these puzzles, without looking them up, you cheaters, leave them in the comments below. We'll see what people have to think about it. And oh, this game is so cool. It's so fantastic. I love it so much. So I hope for those of you that would like to consider it, that you might look up the game and see how much it costs. Actually, you know what? I'll do the hard part for you. Okay, so as far as I can tell, this game is on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Steam, Xbox, you know. So you can get it, and I saw on Steam it's $20. So if any of you are willing to drop that, I'm sure the developers would appreciate it. But this game is so cool. It's so cool. It's so mystical. It's so just ethereal in nature, like the puzzles escape from your grasp, and it is so cool because of it. Another game that's kind of like it, but not the same as the Talos Principle. Now, I played a good third of that game, and once again, that game's puzzles just drive my brain out the window and down the road to the nearest easy entertainment. But for this game, it's just fantastic. I mean, it is. Now, I've beaten this one. I have the pleasure of saying I've beaten this one, and I love the ending, by the way. But for those of you that haven't heard of this city before, but are interested in playing it, go play it! It's so cool! Anyways, I'm not gonna blab on about this. I'm gonna stop here. So, thank you everybody so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed. This game is fantastical. This game is fantastic, and the game is so interesting, and its soundtrack is gorgeous. I saw that you can buy the soundtrack as well. But its puzzles are rich in whatever you want to call it. Its puzzles are wonderful. They're tough. They're interesting, and I love it. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm gonna say it all over again. Thank you so much for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. Please consider sharing this video. It's the only way my channel's gonna grow. But either way, I sincerely appreciate your time if you've made it this far in the video. So thank you everybody so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. But with that, I leave you to it. And this is the Battleman signing off.